low or high or mighty can fit in the same hospital. That's what we need to do to our own Kenyatta hospital here to make it the level of Nairobi.
You cannot, I really haven't been to this hospital, so I can't speak much about it.
But it does send a message. It builds a confidence.
The message you send, but is it, there's always something deeper in these things. I won't comment about it, this one. I'll comment about Kenyatta and say this. I think going forward as a country and going with what Isaac Ruto has done by coming to get treatment. He was actually airlifted. But the people who are hurt with him, where are they? Do we know where they are today? Were they even treated at all? So I think that those are the questions we need to ask. Yes. But going forward, I think the headline in one of the newspapers is very key. This new pay and grading, because we also must be able to retain the best in our hospitals. And I think in this new system proposed by Serem, the doctors will be earning a better salary. Yes. And I hope it goes.
But you do agree, you do agree that this
before you go to Kimosop, I believe, and I want to thank Kenyatta, if they can indeed do a surgery for the twins.
Yes. Since I was going to say the same, can I continue from there?
We should take the best.
Yes.
In East Africa.
And we should be seeing more of you. We should be seeing more of you there.
Actually, I want to say this.
For my therapy.
I want to appeal, since I'm in a media house, I want to appeal to the media that I think it is high time we also celebrate the things that actually we are making.
Yes.
I believe truly, if we were honest also as we are questioning politicians whom we should question because they are in public offices, is that we should also ask more of the media. I believe the successful surgery that was done in Kenyatta to separate those two twins should have been a headline story. What that does is that it inspires the nation. Yes. Because that's for me is one way that we begin, so that everybody plays part of their story. Yes. Another thing is that one of the reasons why we are not doing right in Dumuli is that we have actually watered down public institutions. Initially, I remember, if you went to a private university, Wangari, there were days when we were in school, is that if you went to a private university, nothing wrong with private university, people will say, hey, why are you going to a private university? If you went to a private hospital, the same. Today, even to a private school. But what have we done? We are now seeing crowding out. And it is high time we make an appeal, since we are sitting with politicians, so that let us invest in public institutions. When public institutions work, what happens? Everybody goes up.
Yes.
And it's also the cost and the of healthcare is actually becomes affordable. Like today, this country, we don't have a public transport system. And that is why, what is the impact? The traffic jams that we are seeing. So if we invest and we restore confidence in public institutions, we take the country forward.
And that is exactly what Magufuli is doing.
For Magufuli, one of the challenges I have with the Magufuli approach, I commend it, demonstrates leadership. But remember, we had a very strong, successful story under Michuki when we had the Michuki rules in the road sector. But what happens? They were not institutionalized. So when Michuki left, what happens? That was the end of those reforms. So we need to move beyond the Magufuli approach and actually have institutionalization of these initiatives, so that way beyond Magufuli, way beyond Michuki, we see these systems running.
Yes, of course, what you're talking about is a picture on page 30 of the Daily Nation, where we have President John Pombe Magufuli of Tanzania visiting his wife, Mama Janet Magufuli, at the government public hospital in Dar es Salaam, which is the equivalent of the Kenyatta Hospital here in Kenya. Very interesting photos, divided opinions about what exactly Magufuli's intention is, but nonetheless a very interesting photo there. Now let's move to our second studio, where we still continue to enjoy the Gabra culture.